Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, before we get into this video, if anyone can please make me an intro to my YouTube videos or something, like I would greatly appreciate it. Please let me know who I should hit up, where I should go from there, or just like, I don't know, but I'm so sick of like a boring intro. I want to do something fun. I want to take YouTube a little bit more seriously. I don't know, like, so there's something in me that was like, do it, go full-fledged. So yeah. Without further ado, this video is going to talk about dating, like my experiences dating as trans, also my fears, my insecurities, and what kind of deters me from wanting to date and be so like hell-bent on it almost. Not hell-bent, but you know, pursue it. So let's get into it. I guess let's start with my fears and like what kind of makes me not want to date as you know, be serious about it is because I am trans. And my biggest fear when dating someone who is cis, it's kind of an odd feeling, this kind of, I almost feel guilty in a way for dating someone who is cis, because I'm just like, oh my god, what are their parents gonna think? Are they gonna be scared from that? Are they gonna be like question their son's sexuality? Are they gonna give him shit? Like, are they gonna grill him for dating someone like me? And before I even get even deeper into the topic, I definitely have to address in this video that I understand that I do have a privilege of quote unquote passing, even though I hate that term, that I know the way I look and I know the way I present myself, and it definitely needs to be acknowledged that there is a privilege, and I definitely want to say that it definitely has made my experience a little different from others. So, as some of you know too as well, I've made a Tinder. So it hasn't been a complete nightmare, but it has definitely been an emotional roller coaster. With that being said, going back to the fears, it's me being introduced to their parents. You know, I'm scared of what they're gonna think, because I know, you know, their son is open to me. I know, you know, probably their peers are open to someone like me, but one of my biggest fears is, you know, for them, like, how are they gonna be treated dating someone who is openly trans, who, you know, I truly, like, my biggest thing is, like, if you're gonna date me, you have to be fine with the fact that I'm open about it, that I love being open about it, and it's taken me a lot to get to this point, because I wanna help people like me. So, you know, one of my biggest fears is, how are they gonna be perceived around their family? That's a big fear of mine. Another is, not even trans related, is like how heavily tattooed I am. Like, imagine bringing me to your parents and being like, hey, this is my girlfriend. I'm like, because like when I first met my last boyfriend, he introduced me to his family, and at first I did do a little snooping, and if he watches this video, I'm so sorry I snooped in your phone, but it was for good reason. I literally just want to see his mother's reaction to dating me. She, I guess, questioned his sexuality, and he had to like prove in some way that he was not gay for dating me. He had to prove something, and I think that's one of my biggest fears when it comes to that. Another fear would probably be, you know, trying to but figure out where you lie with this person. Like, are they fetishizing you? Are you just like some kink to them? Or do they see you as a person and want to get to know you? It's kind of hard to distinguish those, because they'll, like, the person who fetishizes you will tell you everything you want to know, tell you everything that feels right, and the minute they get what they want, especially with sexual gratification, like, they kind of dispose of you, and it's just like, fuck, like, damn. And even when you're talking to someone, like, say I was cis, and like you're talking to somebody and they have sex with you and they're gone, like, it's such a roller coaster, and it's so hard sometimes to distinguish, like, what the hell is going on here. So it's definitely been very intense for me personally. I guess another insecurity is, and I feel like every girl, cis or trans, or wherever you lie on the spectrum of gender, like, every person has compared themselves to, you know, the next best person. And me being trans, I consistently felt guilty. Once again, I felt guilty for depriving any of my boyfriends. Like, I would literally text my last boyfriend and the boyfriend for that. I would like, are you sure you don't want to be with a cis woman? Do you feel like she's better for you? I feel like she's better for you. I feel like you'll get more out of that. Like, I would honestly downplay myself, or I know, you know, some of my partners have wanted children, and I'm just like, obviously I can't bear children. I can't do anything about that, and it sucks. Like, I genuinely always feel like I'm depriving my partner of the simple luxuries of life, and it kind of makes me feel sad sometimes. And I know it's not anyone's fault but my own for having these thoughts, but it's always nice to have a partner who reassures you and stuff like that. So dating me has, it would kind of be funny to like have all my exes be like, what's it been like dating me? But I don't know, I don't. But dating me is not honestly complex, or dating another girl like me. Now that I've kind of gotten all the fears and insecurities, I think the things moving forward that can help girls like me, and ladies, if you're listening, like, I highly suggest when you are on a dating app, of course, let them know you're trans, but kind of read the room of like how they're talking to you. Is it sexual, or is it, you know, just a normal conversation? Make sure that they acknowledge your identity, and make sure that they're not, you know, making a big deal. Like, that's the big topic of discussion when you guys are talking. I know sometimes that can be hard to talk about. It's a very difficult conversation, but life is about difficult conversations, and you have to have that conversation for your safety, for your mental health, especially because, like, I remember the first boyfriend I ever had, I dated, it was all about my identity and how, like, my body, it was just so gross, and I was just so put off by it. I didn't want to date this person, but, you know, it was my first, it was, like, I think my second relationship, and it just didn't feel, nothing felt really right. I always felt uncomfortable, even if they were, like, kind of gassing up my body. It was just like, dude, like, can we stop? Can we talk about something else? Like, it was always that. So try to find someone who's reassuring in that sense of, like, you know, you're beautiful, like, you look great today, I love the way you put yourself together, and not saying things like, oh, you look, you know, you look really feminine today, you look really good, like, you look a girl, like, some things like that. That's just, like, bullshit that we don't want to hear. Don't settle. My friend said it too. She's actually a YouTuber on here. She's trans, Ivy Fisher. Love her. She actually said it best. Dating trans, sometimes it feels like, you know, going at the bottom of a barrel of a bargain bin. And it does feel like that sometimes, because I feel like sometimes you literally have to scrap for whatever you can get, and it shouldn't be like that. Of course, like, the world, I know trans is still, it is in the culture now, and, you know, we're becoming very visible, but it's still not as, it's still a taboo subject for some people, and it's still some things that people can't wrap around their head, and it does suck. So it leaves us kind of feeling as though we have to take what we can get. And I feel like no woman, no trans woman should have to suffer and feel like they should take what they can get in that moment. And that's not fair to us. That's not fair to, like, anyone involved. Like, it sucks. So one of my biggest things I really stress is don't settle for what you feel is not right, what doesn't feel comfortable, what doesn't feel that suits you and your needs. So don't feel like you are confined to this one person, that you have to be subservient to this one person and be their partner, because that's not the way it is. There's someone out there for everyone. I have dated a few guys, and they have, you know, they've been great within the time we were together, and, like, I made sure, like, each one wasn't like the last experience, each one was a better experience, and I didn't settle. And that's where I am now. Like, I'm making sure I'm doing a lot better with, like, my mental health and after therapy, and just really reevaluating things. Like, I'm not here to settle for what I don't deserve. Like, I know I deserve someone who fits the criteria of, like, someone who's reassuring, someone who's loving, who doesn't fetishize me, who, you know, as shallow as it is, you know, is looking good. Like, someone that I can be like, damn, this is my man, like, that's mine. So, like, you know, until that time comes, here we are, you know, just scouting, seeing what's out there. And it's been fun. It's been a fun experience. And that's another thing too. This is just not even about being trans and dating. When you're out and dating and you're going on Tinder, have fun with it. Don't take it seriously. It's Tinder of all places, or whatever dating app you may have. Like, don't take it seriously. Just have fun with it. Roll with the punches. See what goes on. Obviously, set boundaries. And that's another thing too. That's the last thing I'll say. Set boundaries. Boundaries are so important, because it sets, like, it sets the boundary, and it sets a tone of what you are going to take and what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. It really helps cancel out any toxic behavior from the get-go, and it could, if, you know, all those rules are met, or not met, but if all those boundaries are respected and all your, like, expectations are met, it's just nothing but our harmonious, like, relationship, and everything's just gonna be better from there. But yes, dating as trans, my fears, what I feel guilty for, things that you can kind of overcome. I hope this video did help you in some way. I definitely love talking about, you know, subjects that help girls like me. Like, If you guys have any suggestions or want to give me a topic, by all means, comment below, email me, DM me through Instagram. Like, that's my, forte. Like, I feel like that's my calling. I love helping girls like me. In general, I love helping people. So by all means, if you feel like you need some help, you want someone to voice your opinion, or someone to voice a topic that's been burning, you want to see, like, does someone else think like this? Like, by all means, bang my line. Like, trust me, I'm gonna try to respond as quick as possible, or make a video. Like, I definitely want to push this video out because I feel like I share these same fears, these same guilt as other girls like me, and I want to make sure that you're not the only one. Here are some tips and tricks to, like, kind of maneuver around. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. By all means, subscribe, like, thumbs up, all that jazz, and until next time, bye guys.